Be
Hey,
$1 million, you fish.
nice intro from Man. Welcome to the Mainly Golf Show. I think this is episode 31. After a brief hiatus, we're here. I am
We're
Jack
back,
Nolan,
baby.
joined by Hep and Marv, the Sticky Bandits. 34 years ago today, Home Alone first made it to our screen. So, the anniversary,
Have you
gents.
watched that yet for the Christmas watch?
For me, I can't get. I have to watch Home Alone after my birthday, and then we're in Christmas zone.
Wouldn't have known it was in November. It came out in November at all.
And contrary to Paul Finnegan, Home Alone 1 is much better than Home Alone 2. It's the OG. It's the concept, the idea of that film is just genius. We'll move on.
Yeah,
Anyway, we're here
just
to discuss golf, not cryptocurrencies, not Home Alone films,
crypto
not
countries.
Nobby Solano or Ducks or what's
Squirrels.
the other one? Squiddles. We're here on the back of Rory McIlroy once again becoming the Race to Dubai champion, six times like Booker T. Sixth time he was the champion of the European Tour. Marv, he got very emotional in his acceptance victory speech afterwards. He's now level with Seve. Even you, being his biggest detractor, his biggest Twitter troll, his biggest anti-fan, must have had a little bit of empathy and a little bit of appreciation for his Tour Championship victory on Sunday.
Hell no. No, let's be fair. You can't deny what's happened this year. It's kind of, he needed that. He needed something to cling on to, just for inner confidence into next year. Whether it'll lead to anything more, who knows? Now, he only beat arguably a weak field, but he needed it. So, fair play. He went out, he won it.
He did the same thing last
He
year, and it
finished the
didn't
job.
really, it led to this year. So,
So,
but like he just wins that tournament, right? He just
Well, he
owns
lost it
that.
last year, but I think he was paired with Nikolai Højgaard in the final two ball and had a shit round. Højgaard won it, but Rory won the I think it's a 10 million bonus, right?
All right,
Um,
yeah, absolutely. One where he beat Patrick Wood.
but I think I mentioned to you guys on Sunday, Rory was very fortunate. There was nobody putting any pressure on him. Uh, he was one of three core leaders entering the last round. He bogeyed the first hole, played it horrendously. And then he made, I think, four birdies on the spin. That's when Paul McGinley came out with his championship caliber. Rory then ended up didn't make a single birdie in the next 10 holes, playing it in two over. Fortunately for him, Antoine Rosner played it in like three over. Rasmus was like level par. There was no guy coming through with a 63 or 64, so he was able to realistically find one good shot at 16, make a birdie and a two-shot cushion. And the reason why he struggles, if you look at the tournaments where he lost out to this year, the bigger ones, he had Schauffele breathing down his neck. He had Bryson breathing down his neck. He actually had proper championship caliber players putting pressure on, and that's when he struggles. So whilst Rory he played well this week. He didn't play really well, regardless what Sky say. Sky licked his ass at every opportunity, right? He should have won that tournament given the position he was in, and he still almost lost it.
Yeah, he should have won it by 6. I mean, part of it was Højgaard getting some incredibly lucky puts and seeming just to pull it out of nowhere when it just seemed like he was gonna. I mean, I lost count of the number of like 20 footers he made for par, and then
The one at 18
McIlroy,
on Saturday, right after I think he was in the water, and then he was
yeah,
in the clubhouse. Yeah,
and then, just and the,
I
his
like
one on
Rasmus as well.
17,
He's a stud.
yeah, had gone back, and then it came in like the back door of the hole, and then he was doing the same on the back straight on the Friday. But yeah, Rory should have won that by 6 if that was peak Rory back in the day. 8 years ago, he would have won it by miles.
If you go back on the podcast, I think 3 4 weeks ago, somebody did say on this telecast, if you're in trouble this year and you're trying to get out of jail, Fleetwood in Abu Dhabi and Rory in Dubai will get it all back. Tommy shot 10 under in the first round in Abu Dhabi, and I think he still missed out on the place money. So I can't be held responsible for that. I'm sorry, Tommy lad, but
Well, I don't think that went out, did it? I think that one
wonderful head, but sort your shit out.
got very
Rory
short.
did what he had to do in Dubai. He will be seen there at the Hero Honda, which I think he beat Patrick Reed in
Yeah.
2021. That was the tee gate, right, where Patrick Reed flicked a live tee at him. And
Last year, did he not beat Patrick Reed
was
as
it two
well?
years ago, maybe? But regardless, Rory, I think he will be better the next year. He had a great 2022, didn't he? He won in Canada. He won at Quail Hollow. Did he win the Irish Open? No, but he won 3 or 4 times on tour. Um, Divorce has been played up. Happy families again. Blah blah blah. I s- I still don't think he's going to win a major, and I still don't think he wins a big tournament. Is that wrong to think that? I mean, as well as he played, he almost feels like Marv. You've alluded to this before. He has so much talent, and you see the way he drives the ball. He gives himself such a good start to most holes. I just don't think he has that steeliness. He doesn't seem to have. He seems to lose
Yeah,
concentration, and he makes
I
really poor shots at really unfortunate times.
you'd have to say that he probably puts himself in. You'd think as many opportunities to win as he used to win 10 years
Mm.
ago. He just doesn't convert anymore. Um, he puts himself in position. Years ago, he'd finish it off either a comfortable win or just blow the field away. But now it's, as you say, he's just like he's three putted from somewhere, or he's missed the green on the wrong side from like a wedge. And you're like, what's going on here?
That was one of his bogeys on Sunday. It was such a bad shot, such a bad shot. And you're thinking, what do you like? You've been a professional for, I think, at this point, 16 years. Why have you gone flag? I think it was the first par five. You ended up
Yeah.
making a five. Perfect drive as always. He's got two of the 35 of his second, and he's veered it left, and obviously short side himself. 20 foot for birdie, misses it. Like, and I think to myself, I always go back to Scheffler now. Scheffler would leave himself, he'd go right and have a 60 foot putt for eagle and leave himself 4 foot for birdie and tap it in.
Especially with a one-shot lead. Make the others flag hunt and make the mistakes, and then if they do catch up, you've got just as good a chance of making a birdie. But yeah, don't give it back to them. Like don't just give it to them. But yeah.
He
But yeah, Sky
I-
Sky were all over his 17 and 18 tee shot, talking about his swing change and how it was all about making sure he was accurate under pressure and the stinger he was hitting. And like you said, those Sky were obviously just up his arse, and especially after he hits a good tee shot, they're just gonna not stop going on about it. But we'll see if that carries on next year, if he has able to manage the pressure a bit better in the big spots.
yeah, Wayne Riley was brilliant again all season. Wayne Riley's just absolutely whatever he's paid, he should get paid more. A little bit of a slider. I think Tiger made this fair. Oh, this has got a little bit of heat on it, let me tell you. Um, but yeah, I was impressed by Rory. Wasn't impressed well enough to think, got to go back in to win a major next year.
No,
And with the increase in global warming,
uh,
that that Death Valley drought could be extended.
Yeah. The problem is he's got the biggest home game you could ever have
that's true.
with the
Flat
PGA.
track bullies, basically Matthew Hayden.
It's I'm just
Back
looking
in
down
Port Rush, isn't it, where he missed a cut, wasn't it? Like 4 years ago in the Open, trying to win
Port
it.
Rush, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got that again to deal with.
This is basically Matthew Hayden at the Wacker against Bangladesh. He's booked in for three. He's going to get at least double century here. Fucking 63, baby. What about when you're playing around Carnoustie and the wind's blowing? Yeah, fuck that. I'm already thinking about my holidays. What?
Doesn't count for the average, does it?
So that's Rory. We'll see next year. I'm sure Mark's going to have plenty of opportunities to give him a kick in. But the PGA
one
Tour
thing,
back.
look, the one thing, I might be stepping out of line slightly here. You can correct me in the facts, but the only thing
We'll get the team to edit it if necessary.
You can kind of say if whatever McIlroy's done this year, he's been front page news. He's kept himself relevant, kind of good for the game, good for us. And That's what I mean. Like, there's some players there that have just disappeared. They're not as big as McIlroy, but you know, I think at least McIlroy is. He's not just disappeared the face of the planet, which some other players have, and those are really like, Jordan Spieth. Where the fuck are you, basically? Like,
I would say this as well. Like he's a strong advocate and a champion for the DP World Tour, the European Tour,
yeah,
which is good for the game. Like you
yeah,
see a lot of
yeah,
the players who won their tour cards after basically grafting all year on tour. Manacero, Rasmus Højgaard, Tom McKibben, who
Get some Manacero. That was a really good video I saw. Rory congratulating Tom when he got his.
I saw, yeah, they're
Found
from
out
the
he
same
got his
same
gold
town, aren't
card.
they, in Northern Ireland?
Yeah,
He's going to go to. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure he would be a good dark horse pick as a wild card for the Ryder Cup, given his
yeah.
connections there. And you could see someone like the McGinley has a lot of influence there as well. He'll be taken under his wing and he'll be looked after. But yeah, there's some good players who've won their card and will go across now, and the the system works, right? It's almost like a developmental tour in that sense. But
Yeah.
Rory does come and play like the big events. He'll be there at Wentworth. He'll be there in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and probably play the Irish Open again. So he does fit well. And also, how many players have won three or more times on worldwide this year? Scheffler, maybe Xander. I think Xander's only won
Yeah.
twice, two majors.
Is that did he not win a regular event? That's
Don't
an
think
interesting
so.
stat, isn't it?
They're like Brooks, right? He only wins big ones. You don't
Yeah,
see him
we
teeing
catch
up at
it.
the RSM Classic. Fuck that.
I'm just
We
gonna
counted
have that.
Liv, but I can't really remember anyone Liv winning 3 times. But
No, I think
Ram
Ram
did,
won
yeah,
one.
that'd be my.
I think Brooks might have won twice.
yeah,
But you know what I mean? The fact that, very prestigious, the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. Beat Xander at the
but yeah,
Wells Fargo.
he does well in Dubai, though, don't he? 'Cause, yeah, he won the Desert Classic. He'll
He, he was
he'll
no- he
place in
was
that again
noticeable.
as a
Yeah,
minimum.
yeah, true. It was noticeable. He said Rory played 27 tournaments this year, which is the most he's played in about 10 years. And I think a part of that was from you almost got the sense he wanted to be away from home and be on the golf course because just get away from that situation. I'll deal with that later. Blah, blah, blah.
Was he following some other woman around? Do you think?
You used the word allegedly. You said that again, Marv, for fear of any potential lawsuits. That was not unproven. It wasn't unproven, but yes,
Who
he was
knows?
linked to a certain CBS reporter. However, moving on, he did play a lot of golf. I don't think he'll play as many tournaments next year, but we'll see if he makes a similar commitment to the DP World Tour in a Ryder Cup season. But we'll see. There's no DP World Tour this week. They have a couple of weeks off. We will be balls deep in the Sunshine Tour the week after next, probably next week. Apart from we can't back Bessie again. Jesus Christ! Look at how short he is. It's the RSM Classic. Het's boy is the short price favourite. Het, Aberg 10-1 this week. Yes or no?
Yeah, like I think it has to be. Like the second favorite, Davis Thompson. Okay, Siwoo came in third. It's pretty good. Harmon. It's just, yeah. It's your list
Fucking
of
goobers.
yeah. It's your list of a very few. I don't know, third tier, fourth tier players, and then your goobers. And he's 10-1. Like he is head and shoulders ahead. Like career wise, in 20 years. We'll probably remember Siwoo Kim and Harmon, but we'll just know about Harmon and his Open victory and how the hell did that happen. But Aberg should be, talked about in 20 years' time, whereas none of these guys will. So yeah, he should be 7s, 8s, 6s. Like game in 12 is boosted on Bet365 is I think just a very really good price.
That's what you'd
And he won
argue.
last year.
He did win last year and he was short all the way. Like Aberg's 11-1 Skype. I think for the Masters last year, right? Aberg was the shortest 20-1.
Yeah,
So he was
every major he will be priced in all the big events.
I'm saying in bigger tournaments, Aberg's price was double. Whereas if you look at like a Harmon or a Davis Thompson or a Ben Griffin, their price would be 4 times.
Ben fucking Griffin.
So I'm trying to do algebraic equations here. Aberg is almost like better value by default
I
because
tell you what, do you two want to have a guess at what his current price is for the Masters? I've just brought it up.
but Aberg we're at 25s.
22s, yeah.
Top price, 16s.
That's ridiculous.
Well, there you go. There's the answer. Right?
Generally 14s across.
So and he's only like 4 points higher to win the Masters than he's the RSM
It's
Classic
just-
as defending champion.
Something
I
I
mean,
don't
when was the
know.
last, I'm just pulling up when the last time he played was.
It's so bizarre. I remember
Could it be the
watching,
Ryder?
following the scores
Oh, I don't know.
on
No,
Saturday.
yeah, it was the tour championship. So he T40'd in the first round, then T2'd in the second, and then came 16th in the tour final. So yeah, he hasn't played since the start of September.
It's the time for that knee to heal up, wasn't it?
Well, exactly. Like,
As not really an Aberg fan, I'll leave that to you. But I look at it and I think this is the time to catch it. You can said you can back him at 16s, 14s for a major. You can back him at 20s. That kind of price for a bigger tournament. But the field is going to be so much better. If he can't win this, then. But I think this is the tournament to go on him.
Marv, last year there was it was unbelievable watching this sim running. There were 30 players within 3 shots of the lead on Saturday on moving day, and yet his price never got above like 11-4. Even said the lead was on 15 and he's on 13. Bucky's dent almost like tried to lay him because it was like a similarly all field of non-winners, right? Guys who you don't see them as killers. And I think if he gets anywhere near the lead again, you'll see bookmakers taking evasive action. So if you do want to back him now, you probably get a chance to hedge out anyway and trade down.
29.
Find a shit horse and double it with that, and then.
Who's Charles put up tomorrow?
Was his
But yeah,
29 under last year? I'm just looking at
Yeah, he
On
shot
the
like
weekend,
he
he
went
went
like 63, 64 over the weekend.
that
He
must
went
have been
61 on the weekend.
61. It was something stupid.
that must have been the lowest under par for 4 rounds for any tournament last year. Even on these types of tournaments that are not the regular tour tournaments.
35th. Terrible non-spectacle for a fan. Marv, so you're going with A, but
I can't. No, honestly, I can't get away from it. To me, this is it.
You know the rules. You've got to put 2 up.
I will pick a big price, but it's going to be a pin job.
When is it not?
I've got a 4 I think I saw scrolling through the list. The first one
man,
that's
look at that pin sharpen. Jesus.
Mr. Keith Mitchell.
He's turned up. I was just going to say, Keith's turned up.
Hokie had a great week, didn't he? The week, to be fair.
After 66s. Like, you'll be backing him at 33s all
Strokes
year.
gained 150 to 770 yards.
And then the 3 really long ones I saw were Carson Young at 100s. Came T2 a couple of weeks ago at the Worldwide Technology one.
He was never going to win, though. Did you? That's when Ekra won.
I mean, yeah, I'll take a T2.
That's like you're saying, oh, I finished second to Frankel. Yeah, but Frankel was 10 lengths clear and they're all in a bunch.
I do have Go on, sorry.
No, go.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I will go 4 points each way on Aberg, and I will throw in Gary Woodland. He's roughly 70 to 1, a point each way on that, and he's actually had
It's roughly 70 now.
Reasonable finishes if you look at his last month or so on the, so he's my long shot.
Right, I think Aber's got a very good chance, but he's too short for me. Austin Eckroat was very consistent last year and actually got over the line 2 weeks ago at the Worldwide Technologies, as I would call it. It's what's the Mexico Open? He's still
Still,
30 to 1. Um, he closed out that tournament really impressively. In admittedly not the strongest of field, but to kind of put the tournament to bed, I think he was 500 through the opening nine and then polished it off. He 30 to 1's too big in this caliber of field. And I think Chris Kirk, who's a long-standing, my long-standing like
we get
can't remember the Chris Kirk fan club, 35 to 1, 8 places. Ekro 28s and Kirk 35s, 8 places. That should
that
get you a
2.5
place
on
and
each.
give you. We'll go 3 points each way, Ekro, 2 points each way, Kirk. I'd be very surprised if one of those two didn't collect some place, or at least let's be honest, right? You just want a bit of entertainment over the weekend. One of them should be there about T12 entering Saturday. Give you a bit of a run for your money. So come on, Hep, how many points on Aberg?
I'm going 8 on Aberg, just straight on the win.
8 win.
8. I'm not going each way at 12 to 1. There's no point in that.
Fucking, I mean, just be
So
happy with
I
anything
just
added
need
to
a
that
win,
profit
right?
and loss tally.
And then yeah, bit of a pin job, but I'm going to go for our man, Mr. Cheese Toasty, at 275 to 1. He could easily get a place in this field. He got a T9 about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, we'll go back to Mr. Toasty at a very, very high price and go one point each way on the man.
It's Aberg for the boys, and for a bit of value, Chris Kirk and Austin Eckroat to hopefully bring the bacon home in the RSM Classic. We've been Jack Milner, Hep, and Manov, the Crypto King himself. And for us lot, we've been Quackers. We'll see you all later. Bye bye.